Yo, have you tried these new Bose headphones, bro? Like they are crazy incredible. You need to get some for your mom for Mother's Day. Yes, Mother's Day. Get your mom these headphones for Mother's Day, the Bose ones, so she can drown out all the kids. Okay, she'll love them. Oh, we are live. Why didn't you tell me we were live? We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are in North Carolina. We got a great video ahead of you guys. Sorry if you guys caught that. Let me take these headphones off. These Bose headphones that are absolutely phenomenal. Shameless plug here. If you got some wives out there and you got kids, y'all need to get those Bose headphones for your wives. They're noise canceling. They're amazing. But we got a live coming in today for everyone. Once you get to the room, make sure that you hit that like button and you actually tell us where you are from. I am in North Carolina, born and raised in California, but I now reside on the East Coast. I'm in North Carolina. So tell me where you're at, where you're from. Hit that like button, okay? All right, let's talk about credit cards, how to pay your credit card bill. That's what today's big video is going to be about, paying a credit card bill. I wish I knew this because nobody ever told me this, ladies and gentlemen, how to properly pay my credit card. Of course, because nobody ever told us about anything about credit, right? They don't even teach this in school. Tennessee's in the house, Parkland, Florida, Tampa. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Roanoke, Virginia, not too far away. I am in North Carolina. Drop it in the comment section. Let us know where you're at. Atlanta's in the house. Actually, I'm going to be in Atlanta next weekend for a movie premiere with my son. I'm not supposed to say what it is, but I was invited by YouTube. I've been very blessed to get those invitations. Chi-Town, New Jersey, Vegas, Houston, Connecticut. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us where you're at so we can get this video rolling. We can get more people in the room. We are going to talk about how to properly pay your credit card today. I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks on how to continuously raise your credit score and get those credit limit increases that you want for your credit card. And we'll explain why you want them also. There's a lot that we're going to unwrap in this video. We got Queens in the house. I love New York. I'm going to tell you that right now. Baton Rouge, Chicago. We got a lot of Chicago in the house. St. Pete, Florida, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Chicago, Washington State. Let us know where you're at. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting people in the room now. Maybe I should announce these live more often. I like to surprise everybody, okay? New York City. I just got back from New York City. Hey, listen, this is kind of crazy story. I'm about to fly out to New York City to go try out some different food. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go to different cities and just fly out there because I travel with free points. I know that's wild, right? Los Angeles, East Oakland, California. There we go. More NYC in the room. I love me some NYC. I'm going to tell you that right now. Hialeah, Indiana, Oregon, Salem. There we go. So the way we're going to roll this video out, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you all the sauce for 100% free on how to properly pay your credit card, all the tips and tricks to raise those credit limits because we want to raise them. At the end of the video, I'm going to open up a Q&A. So make sure you stick to the end because I'm going to answer as many questions as I possibly can that are going to go into the comment section. So don't be afraid to ask your questions. Just make sure you wait to the end, or maybe I'll catch it in the middle of the actual video so we can actually talk about that, okay? Give me a tour of New York. Yo, I love New York. There's so many crazy places in New York that you can go to. It's like the biggest hidden gem in America. Well, it's not hidden gem. Everybody loves to go to New York, but I'm just saying I love New York. Illinois in the house. There you go. All right, there we go. Indiana. That's what I'm talking about. Glad I finally caught the live. Average American. Glad you did too, man. We got Boston, Miami, Florida, Oregon, Indiana. Miami, Florida is another place I absolutely love. It's just so beautiful there all the time, except for the summertime. Summertime is way too hot and way too humid. But right between like spring and summer is like the best time to go to Miami, in my personal opinion. But I ain't complaining because I love Miami. So yeah, so let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about how to pay your credit card bill. Now, it's very important to understand what affects your credit score, and we're going to lead into the entire situation with a credit card bill. But understanding what actually controls your credit score, and I want to empower you to take control of your credit score because a lot of people believe that, oh, the credit bureaus hate me. Oh, the credit card companies are ruining me. No, it's actually you that controls your credit score. Let me show you exactly what I did and I created here. Boise, Idaho in the room, Illinois. Let's go. Let's keep telling everybody where you're at, ladies and gentlemen, so we can get more people in this room. Hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. So breaking down your credit score. This is very important to understand that these are the only 5 factors that control your credit score. Nothing else controls your credit score except for these 5 factors. Now, there's one thing that we are seeing, which is pretty crazy, and the reason why Experian and Equifax have been sued by the CFPB, and they've also sued TransUnion. The credit reporting agencies are lowering people's credit scores when they dispute. When an item goes into dispute status, it drops your credit score. That's not supposed to affect your credit score. So the CFPB is really fighting to fix this issue because it is a huge violation. And as you can see, nothing on here says anything about disputing. Those are not factors that change your credit score. California, Santo Domingo, all the way from Santo Domingo. That's awesome. The Dominican Republic. So understand, let's break down your credit score. Breaking down the points. Payment history makes up 192 points. No late payments in the past 24 months. If you have any late payments in the recent 24 months, they are high impact and they are in fact affecting your credit score and they are dropping it. Dispute them and try to reverse them. Remember, you want to reverse late payments to on time, paid as agreed. If you can delete them, that's fine, but you'll get more points back if you can reverse them to on time, paid as agreed. Credit utilization is 165 points. You always want to keep your credit utilization below 9%. Now, this is very important to understand. Credit utilization is the balances that are reported to the credit reporting agencies from your credit cards and only your credit cards, not student loans, not home loans, not auto loans, not secured loans, not installment loans. Only your credit card balances are what make up your credit utilization. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to understand that. A lot of people do not understand. A lot of people say, oh, you got to use your credit card because if you don't use your credit card, it's going to drop your credit score. Not true. A lot of people like to say, you got to carry a balance because if you don't carry balance, it's going to drop your credit score. Also not true. I want to be very clear and transparent here. You do not need to have or carry debt in order to have a high credit score. Let's be really clear on that. You do not need to have debt in order to have a high credit score. You must do all of these categories right here to get a maximum capacity of 850 points. That's a perfect credit score. But you yourself control 550 of those points. Now let's move on to credit age. Credit age, you can get 82.5 points. Okay. Credit mix is 55 points. And then inquiries is 55 other points. You control a total of 550 points. Now, credit age comes with time. This is why I tell people stop applying for credit. You want to go get another credit card, another this, another that. Stop. You have to let your credit grow. It's like you put a little seed in the dirt and you water it and you got to wait for it to grow. Then you water it, you got to wait for it to grow. It's the same thing with your credit. The more you keep adding of new credit to your credit profile, the more your average age of credit drops. Your credit age drops. This is very important to understand. Now, you probably heard a myth out there. Oh, you got to have 19 to 22 accounts on your credit profile to have a great credit profile. Not true. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not true. Historically, it has historically shown that people that have maybe 2 to 5 credit cards at most, one auto loan, and one maybe an actual home loan, and then maybe one installment loan of some sort, always have a credit score higher than 800 all the way up to 850 because they allowed their credit to age. You got to be very picky about what you put on your credit profile. This is very, very common that we see, okay? Why don't I ever recommend credit cards from Elon Financial Services? Because I've seen them destroy people's credit profiles. That's why. Yeah. And they've actually been sued by other companies and the government for destroying people's credit profiles. That's why I don't promote anything Elon Financial. It's a very, very big trap. People are saying, oh, they got great credit cards. Yeah, I'm not promoting them. I'm not talking about them. Anyways, so let's keep it pushing. If we can control 2 major categories that make up over 65% of your credit score, that's payment history and credit utilization, you can single-handedly take your credit score back to where it needs to be. If you can control these 2 categories right here, okay? That's very, very important to understand. Now, you're going to get 300 points just for playing the game of credit. I know it's crazy, right? So if you got less than a 400 credit score, you got some serious problems, okay? All right, secured credit cards. Secured credit cards are the worst thing for your credit profile because if it's not with Navy Federal or Discover Bank Those are the only two secured credit cards that I promote. Now, Capital One is a third one. Okay, so we have Navy Federal, Discover Bank, and Capital One. They will give you your deposit back and graduate you to another credit card, but you have to do it properly with Capital One. Navy Federal, the same thing. If you have a larger other credit union you want to go to, you have to use a credit card and pay it off, and do not carry a balance in order to graduate it to another credit card and raise the credit limit. What often happens too many times, people get secured credit cards, they don't use them properly, and then the credit card company doesn't give you your deposit back. They do not raise your credit limit, or they do not switch it to another product. Secured credit cards are a trap. You don't need them. Now, wait till the end. I'm going to tell you a big, huge tip on how to properly build your credit profile. I'm going to squeeze this all into this video, so just stay here with me. Now, let's take a look at a credit card statement. This is a credit card statement. Everyone, pause this, screenshot this, whatever you got to do, so you can see that this credit card statement is very important to understand how to read. Now, as you can see right there, they put it in huge letters, payment due date and minimum payment, because they want to trap you into only making the minimum payment, okay? You heard me right. They want to trap you into making the minimum payment. And then they put your payment date right there. Notice how they don't have it in big, bold letters, your closing date or your ending date. But as you can see, I highlighted it in the little red rectangular shape right there with the arrow pointing to it. That's your statement closing date, the second date. Now, set up your credit card to make at least a minimum payment on your due date at the least, to be on auto payment to an actual checking account, not to a debit card, but to a checking account. Because if your debit card is compromised and then you switch your debit card and then you forgot, oh my God, I forgot to update my card with my credit card. Now the payment didn't go through and now you got a late payment. Always set it to ACH draft for your credit card minimum payment. But we want to focus on the statement closing date that's in the rectangular red box. My statement closing date is the 25th of every month. I want to pay off that credit card in full 2 days before my statement closing date hits. Because once my statement closing date hits, I cannot make any more payments and it's not going to count them. It takes 2 business days for your credit payment to go through. So remember, 2 days before your statement closing date. I'm in North Carolina, Stephanie. It's very important. 2 days before your statement closing date gives you 2 business days to clear that payment. And then once the credit card payment, once your closing date hits the 25th, stop using the credit card for up to 7 days maximum. 5 days is pretty standard, but some weird credit card companies will push it all the way to 7 days because the credit card company has 3 to 7 days to report your balance to the credit reporting agencies. So what happens is people will pay off their credit card and then they'll use the credit card within that window. You're going to pay interest fees if you use the credit card because you're putting it on the next statement that's going to report. You see that? Because remember, the credit card company has 3 to 7 days to report your balance. Stop using the credit card so you can report as close to zero as possible. There is nothing wrong with reporting zero balance. I know you've probably heard some myths like, oh, you can't report a zero balance because that's going to drop your credit score. Oh, if you report a zero balance, it shows that you're not using your card. That's not true. Remember, let's put it back up on the screen right here. Credit utilization is the balances that are reporting from your credit cards. Notice how it says utilization. It doesn't say credit card usage. It says utilization. Okay? Now, here's the myth. We're going to debunk the myth of should you carry a balance or not, right? You guys want to see the myth? Where people say you got to carry at least 1 to 6% utilization. You can never carry zero because it's bad. Well, let's put it up on the screen. Let's show it. This is directly from FICO, the people that make up your credit score that more than 90% of lenders use. Let's look at the rectangular box. Outstanding debt. You see how it says it clearly, outstanding debt. It doesn't say credit card usage. It says outstanding debt. As you can see, the 5 categories are around it. Credit mix, pursuit of new credit, payment history, outstanding debt, and credit history length. All of those, what we just talked about. Overall utilization on revolving trades. Pay attention to the zero. You can get a maximum capacity of 55 points if you carry zero balance. You guys see that right there? Now, the next one is 1 to 6% utilization. Everybody's preaching this on social media because they want you to pay interest fees and they want you to be in debt. It's a slippery slope. Don't fall for it. 1 to 6% utilization will get you a maximum capacity of 65 points. It's only a 10-point difference. If you're really trying to squeeze out 10 points, you got bigger problems ahead of you, okay? Let's be really clear here. But notice the little asterisk right next to it. There's a little asterisk right there. That little asterisk represents the box number, represents the maximum points possible minus the actual points received. So it depends on how old your credit profile is, depends on a lot of other factors, these other 5 factors around it, whether or not you got those additional 10 points. You may only get 1 point, you may only get 5 points, you may only get 9 points, you may get a full 10 points. Everyone's going to vary from person to person. There's no such thing as everyone's going to get the full 10 points. So all these theories that are being thrown at you out there that say, no, you can't do this, you should do this, no, carry a balance. No, it's not true. Here's the key. If you report consistently every single month, 0% utilization, you're going to continuously raise your credit score. You're going to squeeze out every point out of your credit score. You're not going to be out there applying for credit willy-nilly, looking at credit cards, applying for this, applying for that. Your credit's going to age. And then every month your credit score will rise. If you go from 1 month, you're carrying 20 to 49% utilization, then you pay it off, your credit score is going to go up. But then the next month when you carry 0% again, your credit score is going to go down because your credit score is trying to actually regulate itself. This is why it's important to do it consistently. Every single month, carry 0% utilization. Again, the credit profiles that we have seen historically with small amounts of credit cards and no credit card debt are people that are actually retired and they're above the age of 55 years old and they understand that they don't want to have any credit card debt. So they always report a zero balance. And those are the people that have an 850 credit score. So it's very important to understand, but pay attention. Once you get to 7 to 19% utilization, you only get 50 points. That's a 15-point drop. Once you carry 20 to 49%, you get only 45 points. Do you see the problem here? Once you carry 50 to 89% utilization, you only get 25 points. 90% or more of utilization is 15 points only. You're going to continuously lose points as your credit balances increase. You will continue to lose points as your credit balances increase because you are carrying outstanding debt. Okay? Does that make sense for everyone? Drop it in the comment section. Drop a little star emoji in the comment section if that makes sense to you, or a little gem. I hope I'm giving you guys a lot of clarity. I'm trying to simplify this as much as we possibly can because there's a lot of misinformation out there. A lot of people want you to be in debt. I want you to be out of debt, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we want everyone to be out there, okay? So again, if you're carrying any high utilization, this is the #1 fastest way to increase your credit score. Now, I do want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are using Dispute Beast to fix their credit on their own using the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with the 110% money back guarantee. Now, specifically, we want to give a shout out to Olivia. Olivia's credit score went up 471 points after just 1 round with Dispute Beast. Now, let's not forget our friend over here. If we can get him to come up on the screen. Oh, now it doesn't want to work. Let's see if we can get this thing to work over here. So, yeah. The thing froze on it. Okay, so we're just not going to even talk about Olivia anymore. We're going to talk about Sean. Sean's credit score went up 105 points. Elisa's credit score went up 172 points. Lakeisha's credit score went up 25 points. Roderick's credit score went up 25 points. Kaylin's credit score went up only 5 points, but that's still an increase. We're happy about her. Elena's credit score went up 121 points after just 1 round. You can see all of these people right here have used Dispute Beast after just 1 round. After 3 rounds, this person's credit score went up 22 points. As you can see, Dispute Beast is one of the most powerful credit repair softwares out there that anyone can use if you choose to. So let's remove that, and then we'll remove this. There we go. So link is going to be in the video description for anybody that would love to use Dispute Beast to fix their credit. Again, remember, it comes with a 110% money back guarantee, and it will also mail your letters for you. Now, before anybody asks me the crazy questions, does it attack this? It will attack any collections, charge-offs, late payments, medical collections, bankruptcies, repossessions, student loans in default, child support, hard inquiries, and any negative items that are hurting your credit, including your names or addresses that do not match your name and address on file. Now, DisputeBeast is the only platform that will attack all 12 credit reporting agencies: Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, LexisNexis, LCI, Inovis, ARS, Creditco, Clarity, DataX, Microbilt, and Factor Trust, because you must eradicate the negative items across every single credit reporting agency, and there are 12. It will also attack the creditors. So it goes above and beyond what any other software out there does, ladies and gentlemen. Link is going to be in the video description for anybody that needs Dispute Beast to work on their credit. But I'm also going to drop it in the actual comment section right here for anybody that needs it, and I'll pin it at the very top also. Someone said, can I dispute utilization? I mean, technically, yeah, but it's not going to help you. They're going to be like, yeah, okay, bro. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. But let's take a look at another credit card statement. I'm going to put it up on the screen here so you guys can see this. So this Quicksilver card, as you can see, again, they're showing you what? Your due date and your minimum payment due. They're not showing you in the little rectangular box your statement closing date. Isn't that crazy? They're like, oh, yeah, man, we don't need to show them that. We don't want him to know if you pay off your credit card by your statement closing date in full, you pay 0 interest, ladies and gentlemen. Did you guys hear that? If you, okay, remember this, if you pay off your credit card by your statement closing date in full, you pay 0 interest. They don't want you to know that. So when people say, oh, my credit card interest rate is 29.99%, I don't pay any interest because I'm going to pay off the credit card in full every month. You do not use your credit cards as an extension of you, because it's going to end up with you in debt. It's very, very important, okay? You guys said the screen is locked? Well, that's crazy. How is it now? Are we good now? Let me know in the comments section. Are we good now, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. I think I noticed what was going on here. I'm on a different internet connection. So let me switch it over real quick. All right, there we go. We should be good now. We should be good now. All right, are we good now? Give me a thumbs up if we're good in the comments section here. I want to make sure that everyone can see me, guys. So I hooked up to a better internet connection. I have multiples here. So are we good? Let me know in the comments section. All right, cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, everybody out there. So yeah, so let's take a look. Like I said before, the credit card statement, okay? NB, I don't know what's going on with NB over here. The screen is locked. It might be your browser because I just fixed it, bro. Oh, still frozen. Manifest said it's still frozen. Weird. Let me try to remove these. Get me on there. So I hope this looks better, ladies and gentlemen. Does it look better? Stuck on Olivia's screen. All right. No Quicksilver. All right. Am I on the screen now? There's weird technical difficulties going on over here. This thing is not being friendly with me today, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, better. All right, great. All right. All right, here we go. Let me take a little drink here. All right, good. Thank you for being patient with me with these technical difficulties. Sometimes these things happen and we try to fix it and it's in the middle of a live. It's crazy. But again, thank you. Hey, appreciate it. Yo, my sneaker collection is crazy. That's only one rack. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 racks of sneakers back there. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so where were we at? Let's go back to that credit card statement. Let's see if this doesn't do it again. All right, so there we go. Can everybody see this credit card statement? Oh, they're not a triple X holder. Can everybody see the credit card statement? Let me know in the comments section so we can get this thing going again. Can everybody see the credit card statement for Capital One? Give me a thumbs up or give me a yes. Let me know. Should pop up right here in a second. What is it? This is so weird. What is going on today? Oh my God. Back to the funny screen. This is so weird. Something's definitely going on with StreamYard. StreamYard is about to get fired, everybody. All right, let's go. All right, let's go and I'm just going to go ahead and remove it. All right. So let's keep it pushing, ladies and gentlemen. I should be back on the screen. Someone's points went up 471. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? Yeah, congratulations. So let's go ahead and just open up the platform for any questions that you guys may have, ladies and gentlemen. Drop the questions in the comments section. I'm gonna go down the list for anybody that needs it. So I hope everyone did everybody fully understand how to pay your credit card off properly out there? Okay. Let me know in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if everybody fully understands how to pay their credit card to increase their credit score every single month. Is anybody out there? Everyone knows? Everyone feels good about that? You don't? Bora, you don't like But I was like, no, I don't understand. Okay. Let's break this down. All right. Let's break this down real quick for Bora, okay? And for anybody that just joined the live. If you joined the live, make sure to tell us where you are at so we know that you're new on the live and I know you just got here. Drop it in the comments section if you just joined the live so we know where you're at and where you're from. Appreciate it, manifest. Let's do a recap for everyone that joined the live. If you joined the live right now and you want me to do a recap, we're going to run it back real quick to give everybody a quick breakdown. North Carolina, Alabama, Ohio, Indiana, Florida. Here we go. There we go. Just joined from Florida. All right, hit that like button. Philadelphia in the house. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, so we can get this rolling and going and get some more people in this room from Denver. All right, we're going to break down how to pay your credit card properly, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to put it up on the screen. You can go ahead and rewind it later on if you want to, but I'm just going to break it down because we're having technical difficulties. For some reason, StreamYard is not putting it up on the screen properly. You want to learn what your statement closing date is. When you pull up your statement, okay, appreciate you smashing the like button. Smash that like button. You need to learn your statement closing date. Now, set up your credit card for auto payment to make at least the minimum payment to come out of your checking account. Again, to come out from your checking account, not your debit card, because if your debit card gets compromised, and let's say you have to cancel it, then you're going to miss a payment. We don't want you to get any late payments, ladies and gentlemen. It's not what we want to do. So put it on auto payment to make the minimum payment through your checking account, one that always has money, okay? Now, you want to learn your statement closing date. Your statement closing date is the 2 dates on your credit card. There's a beginning date and then there's a closing date. Let's say hypothetically it says it's the 25th of every month. You want to pay off your credit card 2 days before the statement closing date hits because it takes 2 days for the payment to clear at minimum. Then once your statement closing date hits, then you stop using the credit card for up to 5 to 7 days at maximum so you can report the lowest balances possible. You want to report below 7% at all times. 0 is the target goal because you pay 0 interest. We don't want to pay any interest to the banks if we don't need to. If you pay your credit card off in full by your statement closing date, you do not pay any interest. You beat the game. You're beating the actual banks. This is huge. So don't let anybody make you believe that you have to carry a balance. You have to be in debt in order to have a high credit score. It's not true. I have an over 800 credit score. I'm like at an 815 or 820, something like that right now. and I carry zero balance across all of my credit cards. And stop applying for credit. This is very important to understand, because every time you add a new line of credit, you're reducing your average age of credit. Now, the biggest myth that we hear out there is you need to continue to add up to 19 to 22 accounts to your credit profile. That is not true. Hear me out right now. The only reason why I have so many credit cards is because this is what I do for a living. I actually test the credit cards to make sure that the banks are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're giving me the bonuses. They actually have great customer service. The actual portal works properly. I understand how to use the portal, so I can communicate that to people and how the bonus structures work and how the reward systems work, how I actually use all the features that are on the credit cards. That's the only reason why I have so many credit cards. My wife only has, I think it's like 4, maybe 5 credit cards. My son only has 2 credit cards. My nephew only has 2 credit cards. And I teach them to not get so many credit cards. You have to pay attention to what you put on your credit profile, because remember, we want our credit to grow and get age on it. The more age you add to your credit profile, the more your credit score grows with it. That's very important to understand. So it's the easiest way to control your credit score is to pay off your credit cards and do not report a massive balance. Understand, the higher the balances that you carry, the more your credit score will drop. You don't need credit repair if you're carrying massive balances. You need financial help. You need to manage your money properly and attack your debt. Now, if you're carrying credit card debt, I'm going to give you a huge gem. Give me a thumbs up if you want to hear a huge gem out here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you guys a huge gem that's 100% free. Give me a thumbs up so I can give you this gem real quick about credit card debt. If you're carrying credit card debt, this is a huge one right here that nobody ever talks about. It's very, very simple, and it costs you $0 to help reduce your interest rates. You heard me right. $0 to reduce your interest fees on your credit cards. I want you to pick up the phone and call the credit card company. If you've been with Capital One, Discover Bank, Chase Bank, if you've been with American Express for 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, you've probably never called this in. Pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, I'd like to talk to the retention department. They say, oh, okay. Well, what's going on? I say, I'm thinking about closing this credit card. It's just becoming really expensive for me. And you got to be the nicest person you've ever been. Remember that. You got to be the nicest person you've ever been, because they're going to record everything you say and they're going to log in there that you were not nice. We do not want them on their bad side. We want them on their good side. So once you get to the supervisor, remember, you got to ask for the supervisor in the retention department, because only the supervisor can make this happen. And be very kind. Say, listen, I appreciate you trying to help me, but I think the supervisor is going to be the only person that can make this happen for me. And I greatly appreciate all your help. But could I please talk to a supervisor that can help make this decision happen and let me know if it's possible? You want to ask them to lower your interest rate. You heard me. Ask the credit card company if they will lower your interest rate temporarily till you can get back on your feet. Crazy, right? A simple phone call. They don't want to lose you. They don't want you to default. They want you to pay this debt off. They want you to maintain your relationship. All you have to do is request that they lower your interest rate. Now, they can say yes or they can say no. That's up to them. So there's no guarantee like, oh, they're going to do it. Understand, everyone's going to vary from person to person. But it's important that you use this to try to lower that interest rate, because the bank wants to keep you as a paying client. They want to keep you using their credit cards. They want to keep you paying those annual fees, whatever it may be. They want to keep you around. It's very important to understand that, okay? So how does that sound, everybody? Has everybody ever heard that? To call the credit card company to lower your interest fees? I bet not. Now, for annual fees, this is a great one. That's a great question. Let's put this up here on the screen, okay? So will they do the same thing with annual or monthly fees? Now, if you got crappy credit cards like Credit One, First Premiers, Open Skies, those are really bad credit cards. They don't want to negotiate anything with you. I'm referring to Discover Bank, Citibank, Capital One, American Express, Chase Bank, all of those major big banks that are not subprime lenders will negotiate that interest rate for you. But the crappy credit card companies will not, because they're in the business of literally charging you what we call what's the word I'm looking for? Like usury fees. Okay. There are predatory credit card companies that they make money from charging you extra annual fees. But if you want to lower your annual fee, or let's say you don't use the credit card anymore, you're like, I want to close this credit card. No, don't close the credit card. It's the worst thing you could possibly do. You can downgrade the credit card to a no annual fee credit card. There's no hard inquiry. You just tell them, I want to downgrade to a product that makes sense for me. Because this is, I enjoyed the credit card, but it's really not working out for me. This annual fee is just so expensive. Can you do me a favor and see if there's another product that makes sense for me? And they'll say, well, are you looking for cash back? Or are you looking for points or miles? Like, what are you looking for? You can just keep it simple, say cash back. And they'll tell you what card that you may qualify for. And then you just ask them to downgrade the card to another card with no annual fee. That's how you get rid of the fees. Or a great example with American Express, you call American Express and you also ask for the retention department. And you tell them, listen, I love this gold card, but the annual fee is really expensive. Do you guys have like some type of retention offer maybe that you guys have that I could possibly use? So say, well, we'll waive the annual fee if you can spend $3,000 in the next 6 months, and we'll give you some extra points also. Do you think you can hit that spend bonus? Is it possible? Now you can do this by just putting your regular everyday expenses on your credit cards, or you can possibly use it to purchase gift cards like on Amazon and stuff. But be very wary of this. Don't go out there willy-nilly buying all the gift cards you possibly can, because it can get you banned from the credit card company. So you have to choose the actual gift cards wisely and don't go crazy with them, like I said. So I hope that gives you clarity right there. All right. That's a pretty big one. So let's go ahead and find this other question I saw over here. Oh, this is a great question. What's a good credit card to start building credit with? Unsecured, preferably. Now, I'm always going to recommend that you build and start a relationship with a credit union. Major credit unions. Those are the most important things you want to go after. Large credit unions. What you want to do is you want to open up a check. Now, everybody, this is a huge gem I'm about to drop here, okay? If you've never heard this before, for all my regular viewers out there, give me a thumbs up if you've definitely heard this how to build a relationship with a credit union, because this is a huge, huge gem here that a lot of people don't know. Now, you open up a checking and a savings with a credit union. You put as much money into your savings as you possibly can. Keep as much money into your checking also. Your savings is the key. That's what they want to see. You want to do a direct deposit. Have the majority of your money going into that credit union. And then you want to do a secured loan. As an example, Navy Federal is a secured loan company. Secured loan they do is called a pledge loan. You want to do it for a minimum of 24 months or longer, because remember, we want to grow our age of credit. We're adding something new. Now, let's say hypothetically you're going to give them $1,000. The money's going to come back to you. It's an investment to your future, okay? So you want to give them $1,000. They're going to put it in the loan. They're going to secure it. And then you're going to make the monthly payments. Do not put it on auto payment. You want to make the first to the third payment until it hits your credit report. Once it hits your credit report, then you're going to call Navy Federal or the credit union, and you're going to pay off 80 to 90% of the loan and put the remaining amount on auto payment for the next 24 months or however the loan has left. Do this, all of this, what I just taught you, for a minimum of 6 to 8 months, and this will qualify you for a credit card with the credit union. Now, the reason why we want to do this is because it's going to get us a high limit credit card with a credit union. You heard me right. If you do this process 6 to 8 months at minimum, if you go a full year, you're going to get an even higher limit. What we have seen historically, people that do this at minimum get a $10,000 credit card, even with the bad credit score with Navy Federal or these larger credit unions. I've seen my clients get all the way up to $20,000 and $30,000 credit cards on their first go to apply for a credit card, because they built up that relationship and they established it for a minimum of 6 to 8 months. The ones that have gone all the way up to 12 months have got over a $30,000 credit card, which is really crazy. It's insane. And listen, we don't want to get credit cards because we want to spend the money. No, we want to build our credit profile up to make it look like we are responsible borrowers. Because once you get that one credit card with the high limit, every time you go apply for new credit cards, they're going to see that your experience shows that you have managed credit properly and you're not carrying massive balances. So now what happens is, let's say, for instance, you got a $20,000 credit card on your credit profile with Navy Federal. Now you go apply for a Chase Bank credit card, and then Chase Bank is going to say, oh, well, look at that big limit. Let's give him a big limit too. And then you go apply for a Citibank. Then Citibank now sees you got a Chase and a Navy Federal high limit credit card. Now Citibank is going to give you also a high limit. This is why I say secured credit cards are not good, because they'll only report 500 up to, some of them are 5,000 if you have that much liquidity, but who has that sitting around nowadays? So it doesn't make any sense to do that when you could do this with a credit union first. This is why people that, let's say, for instance, hypothetically, you got a 725 credit score, but you got a bunch of low limit credit cards in your credit profile. Then you go apply for a credit card with Citibank, they give you a low credit limit also. They're giving you the limit based on your experience. Do you see the problem here? So if we start off with crappy credit cards, and people are like, oh, they're stepping stones. No, they're not. They're not. They're predatory. Anybody that's promoting Credit One, First Premier, or Open Sky is bamboozling you and leading you down the wrong path, because they're going to charge you monthly and annual fees. Some of them charge you both. That's crazy. And they never give you your deposit back. And there's some of the worst credit cards to have in your credit profile. You don't need that trash. So I hope that gives you a lot of clarity. I just covered a lot right there. So now let's say hypothetically you don't want to do that with a credit union. If you want to get a credit card, the easiest place to go for a credit card, what was this credit score again? Shoot. With a 650 Capital One. And listen, a lot of people want to say Capital One's horrible. Don't do any banking for checking and high yield savings, because they got caught in some nastiness with the high yield savings. Do their credit cards because you are protected with credit card transactions. That protects you. So you're protected by the government for credit cards. Now, whatever you apply for, go for like a Quicksilver, just an entry level or a saver card, just to start off with. But there's no hard inquiry to see if you are pre-qualified with Capital One if you go to the Capital One website. You can also do my link in my bio where you see all the credit cards and credit card page, and then you can try to go through there also if you like. There we go. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Shell. Oh, here we go. That's a great question. Thanks, Shell. I closed those credit cards out. I have 0 on them. No, you're going to have to figure out if you have any crappy credit cards, First Premier, Open Skies, Credit Ones, you're going to have to figure out if you want to close them, it's going to have a negative impact. Because remember, anytime you close any credit account on your credit profile, it's going to have a negative impact, and it's going to stay on your credit report for up to 10 years. So it doesn't matter if you close it, it's still going to stay there for up to 10 years. And you want it to because it has positive payment history. People that want to delete closed accounts have no idea what they're talking about. You never want to delete a closed account because it has payment history. Now, if you decide that you want to close these bad credit cards, it's going to take about 6 to 9 months for your credit score to rebound. The most we've ever seen is a full year. So understand that's what can happen. Now, what we have seen historically, let's say, for instance, you close 3 credit cards because they're all crappy, and then you apply for a good credit card. You're adding something new that can help offset it. Now, it's going to vary from person to person. It may work or it may not work. But I have historically seen it with clients. It did work when they added a credit limit that had a higher limit. This is why we want to go after the credit union ones. You get a $10,000, $20,000 credit limit, and you offset the negativity of you closing those accounts. Because any time that you add a credit limit to your credit profile that is more than $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000, it shoots up your credit score because now you have more available credit. I know it's crazy, right? That's the reason why you want to do it. So I hope that gives you clarity, man. I answered a lot right there on that one. Let's see. Let's find some other questions. Mission Lane is like a credit one. Yo, this is another one. We're gonna put my guy Kevin up here up on the screen. If I could, this thing doesn't even want to show. There we go. Kevin has been rocking with me for a long time. I appreciate you, Kevin. Big shout out to Kevin, everybody. Kevin has been rocking with me for a while. I love him. I see you in the comments. Been supportive. Love him. Mission Lane is like a credit one. This is so true. Mission Lane is going to charge you an annual fee. Now, some Mission Lane credit cards claim to have no annual fees, and they don't. But the majority of them with subprime credit are going to charge you an annual fee, so you want to stay away from them. They're just not necessary, ladies and gentlemen. They're not necessary. If you can get into the Capital One credit card game, you beat the game. Then you just have to work on raising those credit limits with Capital One. And then you go get yourself a credit union credit card. And now you've definitely beat the game. You don't need those crappy credit cards. There's a reason why you get emails, because a lot of you are using Credit Karma. Let's keep it real. Credit Karma is the biggest scam of all scams. They're selling your data. And then Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are selling your data also. So there's only one way to opt out of all of these all at one time. We want to stop the data brokers from selling our information. Now, there is a company that I've been using for now close to 4 years, I think. It comes with a 14-day trial for free. It's called Aura. I'm going to drop it in the comment section for anybody that needs it. Now, again, remember, it's a 14-day free trial. Once you set up your account, you're going to go in there and you're going to tell them to opt you out of all of the secondary reporting agencies. Opt you out of all the data brokers from selling your information, or we'll stop that and block them all. And if they find your information on the dark web, they'll also stop that. You can also freeze your credit reports. You need to freeze your credit reports if you're not applying for any credit. Keep it frozen. You can't. A lot of y'all are just walking around like, hey, what's up? Credit all out. Don't even care. Like, it's like you're walking around naked. I don't. I lock up my credit profiles and they're locked until I need to apply for something. Yeah. And then you know what happens when you do that? You're like, oh, I'm going to go apply for this credit card. Then you apply for the credit card. Oh, man, my credit profile is locked. I ain't even bothered with. I don't need that credit card. It literally deters you from applying for other credit that you don't need. It makes you think about it more. Aura is awesome. I've been rocking with them for over 4 years now. They protect me and my family. So it's a 14-day trial for free. And then per person, I think it's like $9.99 or $12.99 per person. If you want to protect your entire family, I suggest you do that if you have kids and a wife. I have 3 kids and my wife. I protect all of us for, I think it's like $35 a month. I just have it on auto payment. I'm not even going to lie, ladies and gentlemen. It's on auto payment. It's like $35. It protects all 3 of my kids and my wife. If something goes on the dark web or their social security number is stolen, it flags it immediately. When the data breach happened that was massive last year, it let me know 3 days before the story broke. If something changes on your credit report, it will let you know within less than 5 minutes. It is crazy. And it also has a VPN. I travel a lot. So this VPN is super valuable to me because I cannot get on any type of free Wi-Fi. If you're out there getting on free Wi-Fi, you're opening yourself up to a lot of problems. If you have a VPN that's tied to your Aura, whenever I check into a hotel, I make sure I turn on my phone. I turn on my VPN. Well, it's actually already set. So the moment I get onto any type of Wi-Fi, my VPN is set. It's protecting me 24/7 while I'm on the interwebs. Because when you go to hotels or airports, there's people that are phishing your information. You best believe that. So link is going to be in the video description and in the comment section for anyone that needs Aura to protect their information. Because I'm telling you, y'all don't understand how many companies are selling your data. It is insane. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this is a good question. Why is it so hard to get LVMV people off my credit? They bought the debt. Okay, this is a great question, Demir. First off, there's no such thing as anything easy to delete. Let's just be very transparent about that. It doesn't matter if they purchase your debt. They still own it. The debt is still valid, 100%. So Dispute Beast, the reason why Dispute Beast is so powerful, because it attacks using Metro 2, consumer law, and factual disputing. It can use all 3 in one round, or it can target one and choose that one and then move on to the next one next round. It's very important to attack in multiple different types of attacking, because you can't just attack one way and then expect it to come off. One, we know it's legit, so let's keep it 100 with each other. It's not going to be easy to delete. Think about it like this. It took 6 months for that item to turn into a collection charge off. And for some reason, we think it's going to be gone after 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. You need at least a minimum of 4 to 6 rounds of disputing to see exactly where you're at. That's the starting point. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm telling you the truth. There's nobody else that's going to stand up here and tell you the truth except for me. It's the reason why I come to these lives, because I want to make you understand how difficult it truly is to work on your credit. But DisputeBee simplifies the entire process. It doesn't matter what the credit reporting agencies say. It doesn't matter what the debt collector says. What matters is what's on your credit report, how it's reporting, and DisputeBee will figure that out and attack it based on how it's reporting. They can say it's verified. That means nothing. That was a computer system. You are up against a machine called eOscar. eOscar is AI technology. There's a reason why I spent the last 3.5 years of my life building DisputeBeast with AI technology. You don't fight fire with a little itty bitty mini water gun. You got to fight fire with fire. You don't come to a gunfight with a knife, right? So you got to battle them in their own process. So LVNV has always been an absolute nightmare for anyone because they're one of the oldest debt collecting companies in America. They used to be called Resurgent. They actually still have Resurgent still open. So some people will still get the actual debt collection in the name of Resurgent, but it's LVNV funding. That's exactly who it is. So it's not going to be easy, fam. You just got to be consistent. Hammer them until they can't no more, okay? All right, here we go. What FICO do you need for a card at a credit union? I have an account with 2. Great question. You want to be above a 725 FICO Bank Card Score 8 or FICO Bank Card Score 9. Those are the 2 most commonly used. Some credit unions like Navy Federal sometimes uses FICO Bank Card Score 9. Now, when I say this, you can't find this anywhere for free, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot find any industry-specific credit score. When you apply for a car loan, they are going to look at your FICO Auto Score 8. When you apply for a credit card, they're going to look at your FICO Bank Card Score 8 or 9. When you apply for a mortgage loan, they're going to look at your FICO Bank Card Score 2, 4, or 5. There is no such place that you can get these scores for free whatsoever. I know, that's crazy, right? This is why I've always preached about MyScoreIQ. MyScoreIQ is the only place that gives you all these scores for $1 on a 14-day trial. Link is going to be in the video description for MyScoreIQ. Anybody needs to use it, want to go see your industry-specific scores. Once you log in, you set up your account, go to the credit reports page, scroll down to where you see credit scores, and that's where you'll see your industry-specific credit scores. Hope that gives everybody clarity because everyone asks me, like, what's the credit score? Well, what industry are we looking at? The industries is what matters, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is a great question right here. Are checking and savings accounts with Capital One good to have? Not anymore, sis. I'm gonna keep it 100. DB from YouTube. We seen a massive lawsuit from the CFPB that Capital One was not paying everybody for their high yield savings account the complete amount that they were advertising. They created another one that looked very similar and was actually paying more, and then they reduced the one that people actually had active. So it was very deceitful. I think this was like a $20 billion lawsuit by the CFPB. And then guess what happened? The Trump administration had it dismissed. Yeah, it is. I don't know what to tell you. That's what happened. So I don't promote Capital One high yield savings accounts anymore. I don't promote their checking account. I used to be a huge fan of them because it's great to have everything in one ecosystem. But apparently we can't trust Capital One right there. Just keep it 100 with everybody, okay? All right, let's go. Let's keep asking right here. Let's go look at the questions we got here. All right. All right, here we go. This is a great question. I have an excellent credit score, 758 to 765. Still, when I put it in for an Amtrak credit card, it was denied. Your credit score doesn't mean anything. Let's be really clear, ladies and gentlemen. You can have a high credit score, and it means absolutely nothing to the lender. What matters is your credit profile. How many credit cards do you have on your credit profile that are open? Do you have too many credit cards? Are you carrying high balances? Because you can have high limits and still have massive balances. What's your average age of credit? Do you have length on there? Are you overextended, meaning you have too many high limit credit cards? There could be so many determining factors. So that's why you have to understand it's not just about your credit score, because a 758 and a 765 is great. Congratulations. Everyone give a round of applause to the real firecracker. She's got a 758 and a 765. That's great. But again, your credit profile is what lenders are looking at now. Now, because of everything that's going on in the economy, we're going to see more denials than ever before for credit cards. Right now, denials are up by more than 38% in America, even with people with good credit. So that's the reason why, because the economy, and then the other reason could be whatever's on your credit profile. Have you applied for too many credit cards? You have too many hard inquiries. Every time that you are denied for a credit product, they're supposed to send you a denial letter in the mail letting you know why you were denied. They'll tell you what your credit score was, what they saw, where they pulled your credit score, and then they'll tell you the reason or reasons why they declined you. Look at the reasons and then come back and reapply in 6 months. Fix the reasons if you can. Some people may not, okay? So I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity there. All right, let's see. So this is a great question right here. Was planning on getting rid of my husband's Credit One card due to the annual fees and the fact that it's a crappy one. Yeah, it is. You're saying we should try to get rid of the annual fee and stay? If you can, yes. I think that Credit One does offer credit cards with no annual fees, but here's a big but. They may play the game that we're going to have to check your credit. So it's like you're applying for a new credit card, even though you're switching to a different product. Anytime, listen up, ladies and gentlemen, anytime that you switch to a different product, there should be no hard inquiry because you're just switching to a different product. Even if you downgrade or you upgrade, you're switching to a different product. There's no hard inquiry whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, if you keep it open, you want to go after a no annual fee. But if you close it, understand your score will rebound over time, but it will have a negative impact in the beginning once you close it. I appreciate all of you guys coming here, man. Gangsters don't cry, playa. Yep, that's facts. Great question. This is a great question. Always for always, forever, for life. Once I pay off my student loan account, will my credit score go down? Yes. Crazy, right? That's crazy. Yes, your credit score will decrease because you are closing an account. Paying down your actual student loans has no positive impact on your credit profile. I know it sucks. If you close an account after you pay for it, so let's say you pay off your car loan, your score is going to drop possibly, unless you replace it with something else. Remember what we said earlier. If you replace it with someone else, it may potentially help offset. But if you're just closing an account, if you pay off a student loan, you close it. If you pay off a mortgage and you close it. If you pay off a car loan and close it. Any account that you close on your credit profile is going to have a negative impact, unfortunately. So I hope that gives you clarity, sister, but it sucks. I know it does, but that's just how it is. No, Dispute Beast does not work in the UK, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Yo, this is kind of crazy. Why Mission Lane keep asking for bank statements? Yo, who does Mission Lane think they are asking for bank statements? They ain't American Express. Now, this is what we call financial review. Like, let's say, for instance, you're carrying too much credit card debt on your credit profile, maybe. Or maybe you're applying for too much credit. It may send a red flag. Some credit card companies will do this to try to reduce their risk or to say, hey, we want to see if you really got some money, bro. And it's just ridiculous. This is another reason why Mission Lane is trash. I'm not a huge fan of them. Now, here's the thing about it, though. This can happen with American Express. This can happen with Chase Bank. This can happen with any credit card company. So I want to be clear on that. I'm not just going to target Mission Lane here because it can't happen with anybody. It depends on what's going on with your credit profile. Depends on the balances that you're carrying with the actual credit card company also. All right, let's look at some more questions here. All right, here we go. Let me see. There was a good question. What about medical debt? This is a great question. Medical debt is supposed to be off of your credit reports, but the new rule was supposed to kick into play on March 17th, but there was a lawsuit that was filed by some Republicans out of South Carolina, and I think, was it South Dakota? It was South Dakota or something like that. But it was two Republican. There was a representative and a senator, I think. I can't remember. They filed a lawsuit against the new medical debt rule. They're trying to stop it. And they're trying to get the Senate to vote on it. Sorry, the Congress to vote on it, to vote against it. So if y'all want this medical debt to go away, y'all got to speak to your representatives, call them, leave them messages, bombard their phones, and let them know that this is not okay. Medical debt should not be on your credit reports. Now, watch my previous videos. I actually give you a letter. You can still dispute them. Dispute the hell out of them and tell them that they should be off the credit reports because of the new rule. Because it's a pending lawsuit doesn't mean that they still can't abide by it, but they're going to play this game. They're going to play the game that they don't have to abide by it. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. Let's find some other questions. Yo, let's put this up on the screen. Let's celebrate Sean here. Love your videos. Mike, been watching your videos for over a year. I currently have 4 credit cards with a total credit limit of $47,000. All 4 credit cards and a credit score of 830. Did y'all hear what he just said? First off, let's give a round of applause for Sean. He is beating the game, and he is winning big time because he has 4 credit cards with $47,000 credit limits and an 830 credit score. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You notice he didn't say he had 22 credit cards? He doesn't have 22 credit accounts on his credit profile. He only has 4 credit cards. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to have debt to have a high credit score. All right, here we go. So this is a great question. I love this question. I'm going to put this up right here. Can dispute beast dispute even if it's verified? I have charge-offs and late payments. Verified means nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clear this up right now. Verified means absolutely nothing. It's just an automated response from a robot that's AI technology. It's called eOscar. Dispute beast doesn't give a damn about their responses. There's a reason why you don't even have to upload their responses into Dispute Beast, because it doesn't matter what they say. Dispute Beast is literally going to wait for the round to end. If nothing has changed or something has changed, whatever has happened, Dispute Beast will figure it out and create your next attack, and you shoot it off. It doesn't matter. Do not let this deter you. It is created to keep your credit score down and make you believe that the war is over. The war's ended. We're done. Get out of here. It's verified. Bye. No. Don't back down. You fight back. That's what you do. Verified means absolutely nothing. You know how many times I've seen the word verified on letters? And I'm like, yeah, okay. Send it off the next round. That's exactly how you do it. Don't worry about what they say. This is a good question right here. Best way to delete inquiries when car shopping. Dealer got us for 72 hard inquiries, bro. Fam, we got to talk about that credit profile. That only happens when you keep shopping. Now, let's break this down. This is really crazy, okay? This is a great segue here. Everyone, lock in and pay attention to what I'm going to say. If you apply for a student loan, a mortgage, or a car loan, you can shop as many times as you want in a 30-day window, and it only counts as 1 hard inquiry on your credit profile. But here's the big but. You don't want 72 hard inquiries on your credit profile. It looks very bad. So it only affects your credit score as 1 hard inquiry if you do it all within the 30-day window. But we want to get rid of the excess hard inquiries because we don't want to look like we're thirsty. Having too many hard inquiries on your credit profile will get you denied, and it makes you look like you're thirsty for money, like you're struggling. So what you can do is you pick up the phone and you call the credit reporting agency, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Go to the fraud department and you let them know that, hey, I applied for a car loan and I got approved by this company, but I did not apply with all these other companies. Can you please delete these from my credit report? I would greatly appreciate it. Now, Experian is going to be super helpful. TransUnion and Equifax are going to fight back, but you need to be the nicest person you've ever been over the phone. This is how I do it. I pick up the phone, I call them. I'm like, I'm on hold, going through the entire process. I go through the automated system, and I get to the fraud department. I finally get, let's say, Elvis on the phone. Hey, Elvis, how you doing today? Elvis will be like, I'm fine. How can I help you today? Listen, Elvis, I know you've probably been yelled at a bunch of times today. I'm not here to yell at you, bro, okay? I know. Let's be honest, Elvis. How many times has somebody yelled at you today? Man, it's been all day long, bro. I said, exactly. I'm not here to yell at you, bro. I'm just here to see if you can help me do something. I noticed something kind of weird on my credit profile. Okay, well, what is it, sir? I noticed that there's a bunch of hard inquiries. I applied for a car, but I didn't apply through these companies. I don't know who these people are. They're going to go down the list, and Elvis is going to say, hey, well, tell me what date and the company, and I'll help you. So you're going to tell them, oh, this happened on this date, and it's with Santander. It happened with this day, and it's with Honda Financial. And he's going to go down the list. That's the easiest way to delete hard inquiries for 100% free from a credit profile. If you don't want to do that, you can use Dispute Beast. Link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit using Dispute Beast, the most advanced AR credit repair software ever created. I'll drop it in the comment section right now for anybody that needs it right now. Let's see. I'm still trying to get in. I need negative items removed. Trying to get in where, bro? Dispute Beast is rolling for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I love comments like these, okay? The lady at the CFPB said that the medical debt laws are on hold, Mike. Okay, so I don't know if anybody knows this, but the people at the CFPB were on hold. They're not actually supposed to be doing any work. So who's answering the phone? Let that sink in for a second. Who's answering the phone? Now, it's one or two people. It's either CFPB employees working remotely, which I highly doubt, so let's go and get it down to one. It's the Doge employees that are answering those phones. That's who's answering the phones because they're still on hold. Now, a judge told them a whole different story that I'll drop in another video, but we don't listen to what they say on the phone, okay? We don't listen to anything. We need to dispute because what are you going to do when they reverse this rule and then you have nothing, right? Why are you calling the CFPB anyways? CFPB has no control to delete anything from your credit reports. Nothing. The CFPB is a complaint system that you can file a complaint with, and they're the middleman that sends it to the actual credit reporting company, to the creditors, to the debt collectors, and then they send the response back to you. They're just a middleman. That's not a disputing platform. They're not going to do anything for you. So why are you even calling them? They can't. I don't understand the thought process, but I do understand this. There are a lot of scammers on YouTube that are telling you, yeah, file a dispute with the CFPB and it'll get deleted in 24 hours. They're full of it because the CFPB is not a disputing platform. There's a reason why I've never taught you to dispute with the CFPB. You go back and look at thousands. I have over 3,600 uploads on YouTube, and not one of them say to dispute with the CFPB because it's not how it works. It's a complaint center. That's all it is. They gather complaints, and then they go investigate. If they get enough complaints, then they have to go investigate. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right. I'm going to try to find one more question, ladies and gentlemen. And then I got to go. I got to go to a birthday party. Let me see what we got. Yeah, okay. Let's clarify this again. Exactly what I said. I did it online and +4 reached back. Yes, they'll reach back because the complaint is sent by the CFPB to +4. Then +4 has to respond to the CFPB or send a response to you. So yeah, that's what happens. Remember, it's a complaint center. It's not a disputing platform. So people have tried to mislead consumers and everybody out there to believe that it's a disputing platform because they get a response. Because remember, the response is there because the CFPB is filing a complaint on behalf of you. It's like having a middleman mailing your letter for you and say, hey, will you send that for me, please? Or like, okay, sure, I got you. And then they get the response, or you get the response directly, and then you see that you got a response. But it's not a disputing platform. The CFPB has no power to delete anything from your credit report whatsoever. The only people that have the power to delete anything from your credit report is the credit reporting agencies. They control that. The credit reporting agencies are private companies. I hope that gives everybody clarity because I'm tired of talking about this because a lot of people don't get it because, again, there's a lot of liars out there. All right. Now, let me know if you guys see this up on the screen. I'm going to put it up on the screen right here. It's Dispute Beast. Let's see if this thing is working again. Can anybody see that? Can anybody see what's on my screen right now? Give me a thumbs up real quick. All right, cool. So Dispute Beast is the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created. Someone just asked a question about Dispute Beast. Can Dispute Beast be done with a cell phone? Yes. Save it on your home screen, and then you can use the entire process. It's mobile friendly. Now, what was the other question? There was another question right here. Oh, okay, here it is. Do you provide a service where you fix credit for people? And if you do, how much does it charge? So Dispute Beast is a DIY program. You upload your documents, and then all you have to do is click the blue button one time for Hector over here, okay? Click the blue button one time. It creates your disputes, and then you can choose to either mail your letters on your own. So you'll print them and mail them on your own, or you can use Sprint mail service inside of Dispute Beast to send your letters for you. And then you wait 35 to 45 days. Dispute Beast will let you know when your round is ended. If anything's changed, then, or nothing has changed, then Dispute Beast will create your next round when you click the blue button again. And you just do that. Nothing that they say matters. Dispute Beast will take care of it, all of it for you. Okay? Dispute Beast is one of the most powerful systems because it uses Metro 2 compliance attacking, factual disputing, and consumer law. One of the only platforms that attacks all 12 credit reporting agencies, and it attacks the creditors. And it's in English and Spanish and comes with a 110% money back guarantee. It's crazy, right? That's massive. Now let's give a special shout out to Allison right here. Allison's credit score went up 204 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. That's pretty crazy. Then we have Tanya. Tanya's credit score went up 289 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. Now, my favorite, we're going to bring the wall of receipts. Every time we do this, I bring a new wall of receipts. As you can see, let's start down here. Someone said some crazy. Yeah, 389 points went up for mailing right here. That's pretty wild. 15 points for Richard, 195 points for Chriselle, 130 points for Joel, 208 points for James, 128 points for Terrence. That's pretty crazy. 6 points for Terrence, 26 points for Mark. As you can see, Dispute Beast is doing his magic, and Dispute Beast can be used by anybody. It's one of the easiest processes to ever use, and I hope you have the best of luck and get to work on your credit. Link is going to be in the video description for anybody that needs Dispute Beast. I'm also going to drop it in the comments section right here for anybody that needs it. Let's see. Let's find one last question right here. 30%. Oh, this is a great question right here. 30% interest rate on a 742 credit score. Why? Because banks make money from credit interest, from the interest rates. It doesn't matter how good of a credit score you have. That's not going to determine your interest rate. Now, with credit unions, yes, it will. So you're banking with the wrong people. Credit unions will love to give you a lower interest rate. But remember, banks make money from interest fees. They don't make money from you being homies with them and using a credit card. No, they don't. They make money from fees. So it doesn't matter if you have a high credit score. I have an 815 to 820, something like that right now. I haven't checked it in months. Most likely it's still maintaining. I still get credit cards with high interest fees. You only get a low interest fee as a welcome offer. It's temporary, like usually like 9 months, 12 months, 18 months. Very few credit cards out there offer all the way up to 24 months because it's an incentive. It's a welcome offer. Credit unions are the only ones that will offer you a lower interest rate right out the gate because more members equal more money for the bank. So they work for you, the members, as to opposed to a credit card company. Credit card company doesn't look at you as a member. They've got shareholders that they need to make rich. I hope that gives you clarity. So yeah, here we go. Yo, I love this, yo. Prior gang fun. He just signed up and sent him his first round of letters. Did he do it while he was on the live? That's pretty wild if he did. That's pretty crazy. All right. Let me go ahead and block this scammer that's in here. It's crazy, man. These scammers come out of nowhere. Kevin Eldridge, I appreciate you. I love Dispute Beast and the credit monitoring. Appreciate it, guy. Kevin been rocking with me for a while, man. I appreciate you, bro. Does this work on business credit? What work on business credit? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. I wish I had Dispute Beast 10 years ago. You can get it right now if you need it. Let me see. He said Olivia again. Well, those are the only ones I have right here, right now. I mean, I could pull more on the next live. I try to bring different ones on every situation. All right, let's be really clear. Dispute Beast is $49.99 a month. You must use Dispute Beast credit monitoring. The platform to dispute only works if you connect Dispute Beast credit monitoring to it. You want to be really clear on that because everybody's like, the free version, there's no such thing as a free version. The software is free to use if you use Dispute Beast credit monitoring. You can't use any other Dispute Beast. You can't use any other credit monitoring except for Dispute Beast. I hope that makes sense. Oh, so this is a great question. Thanks, Mike, for all you do for us, brother. Should I freeze my credit or should I lock it? A freeze and a credit lock is the same exact thing. Okay, let's be really clear. Freeze your credit report or locking it is the same thing. If you're not applying for credit, your credit report should be frozen. You're literally out there willy-nilly with your credit all out in the air. There's no reason for your credit to be open. As many data breaches as we've had in the most recent, literally 4 years, you should not leave your credit wide open. If you're disputing, you can leave your credit frozen also. Unless the credit reporting agency tells you to please unfreeze it, you can still dispute while your credit is frozen or locked. Frozen and locked is the same exact thing. If you're using Credit Karma, they are selling your data. If you're using Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, they're all selling your data to data brokers. You need to opt out of all the data brokers. This is very important. This is how you get offers by email from crappy credit cards. This is how you get offers in the mail for crappy credit cards or bad personal loans or bad car insurance rates. They're all trying to sell you something because your information is being sold to data brokers. I have opted out of all of this 4 years ago when I started using Aura. Aura's been protecting me and my family for over 4 years. I haven't got a bad credit card offer in email or in the mail in like years. It's pretty wild because these data brokers are selling your information to all of these companies. You need to stop the data brokers and freeze your credit report. And again, I use Aura. Aura comes with a 14-day free trial. I cannot stress it enough to you how important this is because you need to opt out of the data brokers. Stop them from selling your information. Don't use Credit Karma anymore. They're selling your information. Credit Karma makes money from selling your I almost dropped that water. Selling your information to other data brokers and to subprime lending companies. That's how all these companies make money. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion don't make money from selling you credit scores. They make money from selling your data. It is the largest industry in the world of identity. Well, I don't want to say identity theft because it kind of is, but you gave them permission. But it's called big data. Everyone go Google that, big data, and see exactly what I'm referring to. You'll see it's $1 billion industry. That's how much money they're making off of your information that you're basically giving it to them for free. And this is why I don't use Experian, I don't use Equifax, and I don't use TransUnion. Unless I need to dispute something, I don't need to talk to them about anything. So why am I using them? Aura is going to be in the comment section and pinned at the top of the comments and in the video description for anyone that needs it. It's a 14-day trial for free. After that, per person, I think it's like $9.99 or $12.99. I can't remember 100%. Just keep me 100. For you and your family, I protect myself and my 3 kids and my wife for $34.99 a month, I believe it is. You also get a VPN if you travel or you use free Wi-Fi. Never get on it with no protection because they can steal your information from your phone. All of your banking information, of your credit cards, if your debit cards, they can get that from free Wi-Fi. Use a VPN. That comes with Aura. That is in the system. All of that is in there. When the data breach happened last summertime, where like millions of social security numbers and everything was breached, I knew about it before the story broke. Any changes that happen on your credit reports, they will let you know within less than 5 minutes. If your information is on the dark web or it's been leaked anywhere, they're going to tell you. And they're going to explicitly tell you, yo, lock your credit reports. Freeze them. Freeze your credit reports, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Directions unclear. I searched for Big Daddy and now I get lots of spam. Oh, my God. It's funny. What about USAA? I just got access to USAA through my father. Should I change from BOA to... Listen, BOA is not a good bank to be with personally. Now, the business side, a completely different story, but I cannot promote either one because it just doesn't make it right. They've been sued so many different ways. USAA is a better option than Bank of America. USAA is harder to get credit cards with them because their requirements are much higher, but they do have good credit cards. Understand that. It's a great system to be in. But USAA is not a credit union, but it's a great place to have your money. You want to get with the big credit union, Kevin, if you can, if you haven't yet. But USAA is a great option for anybody out there that has the ability to get into them because they have great credit products, great loans, great system. Everything about them is awesome. They also offer great auto insurance. So don't forget about that. If you join USAA, go take advantage of their auto insurance because you get better rates because you're a member now. What's the difference in freeze and lock? It's the same thing. Same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Hector Rodriguez, is there a way you can get a notification that I do these lives? Yes, set your my Facebook page to send you notifications, and then it'll do that. Let me see. Let's scroll down. I'm going to see if I can find one last good question. Let me see if I can find this. Where are we at? Yo, this is pretty crazy. I talked to my aunt. She did get $2,000 from the Lexington Law event. Yeah, people are getting paid. The CFPB sued them, and people are still actively getting paid from the lawsuit from Lexington Law, the credit repair company that was what's the best way of us saying here? Was accused of scamming millions of Americans. It proved that credit repair is illegal. DIY credit repair is not illegal because you're doing all the work yourself. But when you pay somebody, they cannot take any advance fees. They cannot have any consultation calls. Yeah, it's all illegal. It's really crazy. That's the reason why we stopped doing consultation calls. And it was like 2 years ago or something. Our attorney's like, yo, stop doing consultation calls. You can't talk to anybody anymore. I was like, what? What? Yeah. So to give everybody clarity, that's the reason why I don't offer any consultation calls. That's the reason why I created Dispute Beast, was because I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to use my software, and then we made it better by adding AI technology to it. It was a no-brainer at that point. So you can freeze your credit reports by using Aura that I talked about a few minutes ago, or you can go directly to the credit reporting agencies, which is a pain because they make you create an account and do all of that. So yes, you can freeze it directly with them also, but you have to create a free account. It doesn't cost you anything. Another reason why TransUnion was sued, because they were actually charging people. They put a link at the very top when you type in free TransUnion credit report or free TransUnion account, they put a link at the very top that actually makes you sign up for a paid account. Don't do that. That's why they got sued by CFPB. Scroll down and find to set up your free account. And then you can go in there and freeze your credit reports also. So if you canceled your credit monitoring because your credit card was stolen, you can uncancel your account. Just look for the support tab. Reach out to support in Dispute Beast. If you need to have your account updated or whatever, you can go into your account and request help in the support tab. Your account should still be active even though your credit monitoring isn't. So yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's see any other questions I got here. Oh, yo, that's pretty crazy. Let's put this up right here. Yo, this, come on, man. Put it up on the screen. I was paid $1,400 by Lexington Law 2 months ago, as you should have, because they took advantage of a lot of consumers. Oh, this is not true right here. This is not true. Everyone listen up. Experian should not charge you to freeze your credit reports. This is not, well, he probably went to a site that tried to charge him, but you should be able to create a free Experian account, create a free Equifax account, create a free TransUnion account, and then go in there and freeze it. Do not use their credit lock system. They want to charge you for that. You want to freeze your credit report. This is why they get sued, because they create confusion with consumers. Because you're like, okay, I want to lock it, but it says I got to pay for that. Credit lock is a specific, like, whatever it is that Experian charges for. Freezing your credit report is 100% free with Experian. So I hope that gives you clarity there, brother. All right. I almost used Lexington Law. I'm glad I saw what it was and did not use them. Good. Good for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell everyone thank you so much for coming to this live. I got to get out of here, take a shower, and go to this birthday party for my nephew. I want to tell everyone thank you so much for coming to the live and being supportive. I'm going to try to do these at least once a week. Eventually, I get to the point where I'll actually send out a notification, or you'll see that we're going to do a live at a certain time once I get on a good schedule, but it's kind of hard because I create a lot of content if you know who I am. So I appreciate everyone comes to the live. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. Y'all make sure to follow or subscribe. Wherever you see me, I'll be everywhere. Love you guys. Have a good night.